Well
yes. How have you been, James, in the break?
Fabulous. I have peppermint tea with 2 tea bags in.
Oh.
I've gone double size.
Peppermint.
Super size me.
It is massively underrated, isn't it, peppermint tea?
It's great. You know
is it the best tea? Would you go so far?
I'd say so, yeah. I'd say
right.
so. It's nice to just have that flavor as well. It's very nice. Not too shabby. forZe. Are they taking it to a third map, Anders?
I think they are, and I even bet on MIBR to win this one, but I think they will. I don't really trust MIBR on Inferno at all, so I imagine it will be that way. They were pretty hype MIBR, and we always mention it. The breakdown from that could also be pretty devastating. They're actually waiting to not get spotted for that classic jump, and now they're going to be slowing up. What's interesting?
That's pretty smart.
It's information warfare, isn't it?
It is, but MIBR will keep 4 players top mid. VSM alone. So far back with the smoke grenade as well. Spotting from coffins. I wonder what he would do with the smoke grenade, even if he saw someone. All silent so far. No one watching the balcony. But forZe need to figure out what's happening. Now, you can see MIBR starting to be proactive, as they were on Nuke as well.
Oh no. Face crack. He just had the knife out. But this fight's going on for a little while here. Yeah, they're coming back from Banana as well. Leo just completely confused.
This is strange.
It's like they walked into that trap. Lucas, though, holding it with the USP. He needs more headshots. A lot of them. He's going to get Jerry as well. And just like that, it's a 2-on-2. And they're going to run for it. And they could get the bomb down as well. What an incredibly awkward round.
That will buy some time. But VSM needs to rotate anyway. And I did wonder, are we going to see a highlight from Lucas where he basically has to win the round with all those players moving up mid, but they came so slow. 2 versus 2. VSM will be rotating with the defuse kit. Now, they've got one trapped in the apartment. Need to find a bomb planter. They're looking to swing on him. FaceCrack is in so much trouble. He's got no help whatsoever. Landed the first headshot, though. Where did Lucas go? He was on his own. Some confusion, but another headshot from Lucas. Needs one more for the 4th. Picks up the defuse kit. XP you can see, has gone to the short position, and Lucas has no idea. Not peeking just yet, though. Now he's starting to wonder. That bomb's pretty far ticked. I think it's too late, in fact. And he will die.
Oh, that's really rough. I think he did spot. That's almost where I wonder if one of his teammates said, you actually did see him down by the bike there, but in the end, it is a round for forZe. There's a lot going on here with that shot from Lucas. I mean, that's what even brought them into the game. But you're right. I thought they would have, just tried to take him down. You almost wonder, why didn't they both just jump face crack at the same time?
Yeah, and the desk spoke about miscommunication in the previous game, and I do wonder about that. Like, one guy is stuck in the apartments. I don't know why the swing doesn't come through there. Unfortunate. But it's the start that forZe needed. Them coming into this, a map down. Second round now on the T side, anti-force by territory. Just like we saw, actually not just like, I was going to say, it was forZe. It was XE who was given the scout on the CT force buy. So he had AWP money in the hole. KNG's got 700. So we'll see what he's able to do. He has also been given, however, the scout. Pour some Kevlar with it.
They had so many grenades over in B, and they've been. I thought they would hold on to them, but they've actually been using them to try and push forward here, and I'm not really sure about it. forZe are going to be really careful. Lucas still has a smoke. Up close, it's the dualies, but yeah, they get wiped out. And I don't know. I actually thought it would have been so much better if they'd actually held on to it for a lot longer. It's a pretty good kill on KNG there, but I don't know if it's going to make a difference in the end.
Well, 3 versus 2, not much for them to lose. If they're given an angle, if he's given an angle, I'm sure they'll see what they can do. That smoke certainly helps, however. KNG doesn't have a deagle to drop to a teammate. Just getting tagged through the smoke. I think it might be time to move away. Yeah. Honestly, there's not so much to get out of this if you want to make use of this in the next round, and I'm sure they do.
I mean, it'd be really interesting. You can't obviously play this scenario out in the real world, but it would have been fun to see what would have happened if, I think, they had 2 smokes and a Molotov over at that B bomb site. If they just held on to them and sort of kept, just kept forZe waiting, the fact that you even have another Molotov in a second round like that, I think could have been really impressive.
I always wonder about scenarios like this. Chasing a scout and a deagle at risk of losing an AK.
Yeah.
Like, the risk reward there, I feel like, where do you draw the line? I don't like to chase inferior weapons where you could potentially give up an AK, which they could use against you in the next round. Especially on Inferno, I feel like there are other maps where the Scout could be plenty more devastating.
Yes.
But I would put Inferno lower on that level. So they've got an AK-47 instead of a Scout.
I'm sure if
Let's
you
see what happens.
I'm sure if you charted it, just charted the economy behind it, you'd see how devastating it actually is, right? Because you lose the 2700 and they gain it, so like it is fairly absurd. A spray comes through, nearly transfer that onto a double kill. That would have been that would have really put I think a bit of a point on it, wouldn't it? If they not only give up the AK but then get mowed down by it in the next round. Oh, nice shot, and he's gonna keep going. VSM, what a devastating deal he has.
Yeah, he was the guy who was standing coffins to throw the one flashbang that was purchased to allow the AK-47 to swing. Now all those weapons can be collected for the retake. They've got a smoke, they've got a molly, they've got utility to execute. And forZe really have to think about how they're going to try to defend this. They have a smoke and a molly onto Flit. He's got an awkward position though to deploy that. So he will take his chances. Now he's standing in Graveyard with a MAC-10, which is less than ideal, but these players don't have Kevlar, which will certainly help. XP Power taking matters into his own hands. That leaves KNG with the MAC-10. Oh, he spotted that he had half a chance, but it won't work out. 3-0 for forZe. They will start as they mean to go on.
Very tempting, wasn't it, to go for that retake? I almost wanted to say it was going on. You know, maybe you just take the initial win there. I think they were lacking a couple of things to try and really make that play out. Regardless, 3-0 as you said. Now double orb on the CT side in the 4th round of Inferno. That is pretty rare.
Yeah, it's an all-in play. They've got a fair amount of utility with it as well. KNG already looking down mid. The single scope for any wide swingers. And some aggressive utility. That's a smoke down mid. So the second mid place has to be careful of a potential push here. And that may slow down the intentions of forZe in case they're crept on. And indeed, KNG is looking for the peak. So now forZe are having to play to MIBR because they are afraid of what that smoke might mean.
I don't really blame them, yeah. They're very paranoid at the moment. It is a really odd situation.
And then the CTs are now smoked boiler instead of mid. To try and stop any burst plays, I presume.
So far, so good in terms of not walking into any traps on the forZe side. I'm going to be taking control of top banana. Only 2 people inside of the B bomb site, with Lucas potentially able to rotate on through from Arch, but he doesn't have any grenades or anything, so if he shows up, it'll just be spray through the smoke, and that all requires them actually staying alive long enough, which at this point might not even happen here. VSM going to stand up. It's a pretty good kill, taking down Extra Power, and face crack, sorry, start to fall back just a little bit here. Leo on the back, and he gets overwhelmed. That really wide swing coming through, and he's trying his best to keep it alive. He does put him down to 9 health, but the bomb is still planted, and that is plenty enough here for forZe.
Yeah, Lucas is in no man's land, trying to do what he can, but he is very much alone. TRK's at the bottom of banana, so it's up to him to try and find these kills. Close to a number of them, but not quite hitting the mark on any.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to make it out of here. He doesn't have a smoke to cross, and I don't think the T's are going to give him one. So it looks like most likely TRK will survive with the AWP. Now down he goes on his sword, of course. So TRK will hold a tight angle. forZe find their 4th round. Only 1 play survives for MIBR, but with a hero AWP, anything is possible.
I feel like if you... Oh, well, actually losing Almazer at the end. I feel like if you replay that round and just look at it from Leo's point of view, he's going to be very disappointed because he had a lot of opportunity, I think, to at least get the first kill, and that would have stabilized absolutely everything. So I think that was maybe slightly on him. 4-0 in favor of forZe, though. And now things are off to such a brilliant start. They're really going to be enjoying this kind of a beginning to Inferno. MIBR, I mean, they didn't have the worst setup in the world here. I mean, it wasn't even that. They get the early kill, they make it 4-on-5, but then there's no defense left after that. You just get wiped out.
Only Flit second mid. KNG's missed the angle already. TRK makes his way all the way down. This is getting very weird now. Straight in the face. Now, we've got isolated forZe players, 2 on banana, 2 on T ramp, but maybe there's an opening on the B bomb site. Perhaps that pulls a rotation. TRK still bottom mid. Leo Drunky up close with the Desert Eagles. This one's collapsing for forZe. Somehow, though, they've made it a 2 versus 2. Leo Drunky up top of Banana, still with only the Deagle. And KNG running up to apartments with the AWP, in fact. But it seems the focus is towards that Deagle. They know KNG is the other option, and nobody wants that.
Yeah, they're going to go for it. This makes so much sense from forZe right now. The Eagle is there. What a headshot from Leo. Taking down Jerry. He's going to go for it one more time. What a round. Making up for the last one. A triple kill on Leo. And that will give MIBR their first round. I've got to give some credit, though, to Jerry for even checking for the FAMAS in middle. That would have not necessarily been that easy to do. All right, then.
Second AWP was collected at the end of that round by Leo Drunky. Very aggressive player. The last game we saw, that man loved the wide swing. And I feel like he just got more excited with every frag. Loves to chase more. Some aggressive utility from KNG, trying to take that pit position away. Now that wall on the left of mid from KNG's perspective, if you crouch behind it, your head can still be spotted. So you can get some nice flashbang kills in that position. Now, here come the trade fragger. Plural, in fact. Oh my god, Lucas going for the 180! Turn into full robot mode.
Can't believe he hit that headshot. KNG, of course, pushing up. Some corpses on the ground could be really awkward. The flashbang will do nothing to VSM. He's just pulling that trigger and finding Flit. So this is a really, again, very aggressive round out of MIBR. Stacked up in those apartments, but somehow they trade in their favor. So it's going to be 2-4 now. MIBR with a second round, denying the bomb plants in both those rounds. So forZe not going to be able to buy in this one. This is wild. I can't believe he got the second one. Straight headshot. All right.
Right, Lucas going to have a quick look-see. Probably tell KNG it's safe to peek. He'll hold his angle. We can see pistols in the hands of forZe. This juncture, there's no utility. P250 here and there. And 2 Glocks. Sometimes it requires 3 headshots to kill somebody with a Glock. That's how bad they are in a situation such as this. All helmets on the side of MIBR. 3-2 set up for them as they wait for forZe to make their play. You can see MIBR defensive, trying to keep range between themselves and their opponent, so they can't swarm, trade frag, pick up weapons and such, and escalate the potential for problems from the MIBR point of view.
Yeah, it's a sensible choice, isn't it? If you look at where Flit is, that room up there, James, you're a tall man. How would you feel about the fan, the ceiling fan being that close?
I've walked into worse, to be honest.
Was that a learning experience?
That place where Jason likes to go for KBBQ in LA, in Koreatown.
Yes.
On the outside, the street-facing side, they've got these lamps with spikes on them on the bottom. More on that later. KNG, somehow he's still alive. He's got TRK to hold angles as well. 29 seconds. Lucas trying to do what he can, peppering, but not really finishing off the job. TRK, got to be careful about pulling the grenades out. He's given up the long position, which is almost compromised KNG. But it seems that damage may be limited. There's a trade, and 3 survive. So it's got spikes under the lamps. And I was walking, looking at my phone, and I just walked headfirst into the spike, and it cut the top of my head open. So like a line in my head. We got an Uber back, and then there was just like blood in the Uber when we left. It's like, didn't say anything. We just.
I'm trying to think because I've as like an architecture thing. Sometimes people put like spikes on stuff so that pigeons don't land. But it seems like if you put spikes under the lamp, it is just made for tall people. Just trying to keep the tall people away.
I proper rat-rolled it as well. I think I almost ripped it off the wall. Yeah, I walked into it really fast. So I kind of dug a little hole in my head. It took a while for that to heal.
Short person to sign that, in other words.
Yeah.
Just slightly going to war with the...
People like me and Potter just getting wrecked out here.
All right. Well, that could have been... I don't know if a ceiling fan would have been worse, but hopefully we won't find out.
I think my head kills the ceiling fan, to be honest.
We'll throw it to the content team and see if we can some real potential here.
You can see FaceCrack was looking to burst out a balcony there with some flashbangs. Maybe there's a plan B. There'll be 4 players to try and defend this bomb site. One of which is up very close indeed, looking for that transfer. Lands it as well. Avoids a flash, but Can't avoid the AWP. Still stuck in the apartments, or maybe not. XP somehow gets a second one. Jerry looking to swing on the low ground. Leo trying to defend with Lucas so far. They'll hold on to it, give themselves a man advantage. Now the flank's coming from VSM. He's not ready there with the pistol out, and that opens up the B bomb site.
Oh, that is a huge mistake, isn't it? They still have 40 seconds. There's almost no excusing that from VSM's point of view. And now they're calling it a little bit of a break here. They want to see forZe. They're actually playing this very, very smartly. They weren't expecting for that many people to be in that A bomb site, but once they figured it out and they turned it around on VSM, they actually might have a bit of a chance here. Now, still, Lucas is waiting inside. He's been here, and he can hear them running on the other side. A little bit of a wide swing. He should have every chance to do it, and that might be the winning kill there. If they stabilize this MIBR, it's going to be maybe even a little bit of a miracle, because they could have absolutely lost already in this round. Exapower sneaking on in, but he's in the crossfire. Either one of them would have killed him there. Lucas, the fact that he stayed back and just listened to them walking out at top mid there, absolutely huge play, but man.
That was scary stuff. Imagine if forZe got that flick.
Yeah.
On the boiler swing. Maybe it's a different round. Really went down to the wire, though. These entries from XP, absolutely crazy stuff. That was a huge mistake from VSM.
Yes.
And again, it's another question into the communication on MIBR for him to run like that, thinks they're committed onto the bomb site, not getting the updates. And the players who are dead should be saying, like, they could still go B or something. Some idea that he could still be under threat there, because he thought they were like in pit or something from the way he was running up top mid.
I mean, if there was only 14 seconds, I kind of get it, because then even if they get the kill, they can't really turn around and run B. But 40 seconds, that is so risky. Losing Flit already, and VSM right here. They're going to go for a little bit of...
Oh, that's clean!
Did more than shave his head, didn't he, James?
That was so clean. All he sees is his little bobbly hat, and down he goes. No penetration kill required. 3 forZe players remaining with Deagles and a Tech 9. Oh, face crack. Looking to play for 2 kills. He'll get one at the very least. Looking for the rotation now. Moonwalking into VSM, which certainly helps MIBR. And then there was Jerry, about doing damage. He is in a sandwich, though. It's a Reuben sandwich, and he's the meat. MIBR now suddenly in the lead.
Yes, they are. T.R.A.E coming up with a 10-5 scoreline, but pretty much everyone is right behind him. They're doing a fine job at the moment on the Brazilian side. And forZe with a buy in this round, looking to get back in. Hey, that's a great shot from VSM. Do like to see it. Well, 10th round, and it's 5 straight in a row. And none of those rounds, James, none of them have been bomb plants. They've had no bomb plants at all. So that's a little bit remarkable as well.
Yeah, it's pretty deep at this point. Oh my god, MIBR. They've got some sound cues towards T-ramp. Now, you can see how Mazer is wondering. Oh, he's seen a gap in the smoke as well. Opportunity lost for T.R.A.E. Got to be really careful about being close to those smokes. Got to consider them to be a circle. So maybe there's a gap in the sides of it if you peek, and oh boy, this is looking extremely painful now for MIBR. And forZe still have a lot of time on the clock, I would say.
I don't know what it would have taken to flash him in that position either, that he was holding, but yeah, trying to fight their way back, checking up Banana. Usually that is amazing information, but the fact that they only have 2 people on the A-bomb site will still make it a very difficult defense here. Lucas looking to move forward. Oh, the blind spray coming through, and it'll take down Lucas. And Leo, he's already got that double, looking for the triple, and actually taking it, and he keeps going. That's so low on health. And already, VSM, this time, he's so quickly behind them. XP is actually out looking for it. The timing is completely unbelievable. Did he see him? He's back looking like someone from his team must have seen it. Yes. Absolutely. 25 seconds. The bomb is down by the hay cart. What a mad round this is.
I think XP must have scoped in when he saw him. And Leo Drunky's just gone for a little garden stroll, which leaves Jerry to try and survive. But no, it's the full ace for Leo Drunky, starting blind, absolutely dismantling forZe on the A-bomb site. What on earth just happened?
I don't know. Oh, man. That had to have been a teammate calling that in, surely, right? That must have been what happened to VSM, because it looked like he just did a double take. I can't believe that Leo defended this on his own. This is amazing, and then ends up with the ace as well. 6-4 MIBR.
How do you have the energy to pop off like that every single round you win in every game, no matter where it is or what the stakes are?
I don't know, but it's glorious, isn't it?
It's great, yeah. I love it. We need more of that. It's just amusing to me.
I do agree, though. Eventually, you feel like you would run out of power to keep going, but
I feel like forZe might almost be struggling at this point.
yeah, 6 in a row, no bomb plants, and that round was won 2-on-5 in the A bomb site, and Leo killed every single one of them.
Look at this combo. And the MIBR will creep. Again?
Yeah.
They're going to do it again. Oh my god, they weren't expecting that, were they? But the Molotov isn't quite there, or actually is on the low ground as well. Chunky HE grenades as well. They weren't expecting a second tote.
Are they going to go?
How many plays do they read on this bomb site? I do wonder. Leo is here again. He's so aggressive for MIBR. KNG's on the way now. VSM looking for the multi-frag. False sense of security. Tracers will be punished. Headshot angles for Leo. He'll drop. Now the bomb could potentially be planted. KNG through the smoke, of course. Lucas will deny some angles as KNG looks to make his way around. All of MIBR are here now. And the bomb is inside the fountain, which really limits the possibility of it getting planted here. The smokes will come and go. Now Amazer, question of damage lining up for him. He'll make it expensive, but the round will still go the way of MIBR.
Dropping the bomb in the fountain, yeah, you're right. Suddenly fish food. It's not that great. 7-4 MIBR. 7 straight rounds and still no bomb plants. Would have been a real problem, James, if there was somehow electric eels in the water. C4 does take electricity. So I don't know if anyone's ever done the test, if they could. But so
did you know?
Theoretically.
You know the Casio, okay, well, you won't know the model number, right? But that like £10 Casio watch,
Yes.
the F91W, is the most popular watch implemented in bomb making. Because they use the alarm to detonate the bomb.
Ah.
So.
But what is surely there are other watches that have that.
Yeah, but I suppose maybe it's the value. it's good value for terrorists.
All right.
I suppose.
So wait, so you're saying the price for it is sort of low?
The watch costs 10 quid or something.
All right.
Yeah.
I still think surely that's the one thing you don't want to be skimping on here. If you're like, I'm just saying.
It's reliable, man. You can depend on Casios.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like
durability.
I feel like that's the sort of information that might be brought up against me in court someday, James. But I appreciate it.
I think that's just page one.
That's a nice double nade into the corner, and Axie Power also running low on health a little bit. 7 rounds in a row. They got the boost up. They got the 3-man stack though on the B bomb site. KNG could be walking into certain death here. In fact, even if he gets the kill, he should be dead anyway. The follow-up. Oh, but he's not dead at all. He keeps going. Why is he still fighting? They've already won the round. What is up with them? Why do you peak for the 3rd kill in that? I mean, I
feel like the way forZe are losing rounds has got to be frustrating for them. And I would imagine that they would like to have more control over the rounds, but the sheer aggression from MIBR is proving to be a very brutal problem for them. This round is going to send them back into pistol territory if they so choose. I mean, they're at maximum loss bonus, so I'm sure they will take 9s again, but I mean, I feel like this round barely even started for forZe. Just look at the X's on the radar. They're all in just one channel of banana.
Yes.
And I feel like, achieved nothing in this round. And that's got to be frustrating.
In this fictional universe we're entering into here, James, if you had to pick a watch to build a bomb, which would it be the cost, or would it be also sending? Because it could also be like a statement of sort of like he really knew what he was doing. Like
well, I don't know. How do people even know that?
After the fact, you mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure that I don't know. They have crime scene investigators there, don't they? Would it matter to you if the guy looking at it at the end says, "This is some great taste. I haven't seen this before"?
I don't know, man. When I was a teenager, I loved those Timex Iron Man watches. They were cool. I feel like it was a rite of passage almost. There was no passage, though, for forZe on Banana. KNG AWPing. Just strafed a little bit before he clicks mouse 1 there. Otherwise, that was another kill for sure.
Yeah, it did look like it, didn't it?
8 rounds in a row. for MIBR. 8 rounds in a row. Despite that, their money's not like through the roof. No one's got 10K or more than that. So forZe, you know, they're putting some work in, but again, they haven't planted a bomb in any of these rounds, which is shocking.
It is a reason for real concern, isn't it? Not even getting to that stage at the moment here. 8-4, 13th round coming up, and they're doing so much right, MIBR, so far, that I have not seen them do before on this map at all, ever, even with the previous lineup. This whole idea of taking top banana a little bit later and sort of varying the way in which you do it is just something that I haven't really seen out of any of these Brazilian squads for a while. So I think that's great news. It's really, really a powerful way to play it. And we'll see if forZe could find a way to deal with it, though.
I should learn these grenades KiNK is doing. Trying to be as big of a nuisance as possible. So T-Ramp is currently smoked. He had Molotov to crawl space as well, and Lucas has just gone a wild swing. That's a confidence play right there.
Yes.
No respect game. And again, it limits what forZe can do at the beginning of the round, because MIBR could be walking down mid, looking towards second mid with the AWP. KiNK is most certainly capable of that. And this is another buy between the buy rounds, if you know what I mean. Like, it's just a bunch of crap in an AK-47 on the likes of Flitz. But the first minute, more or less, is wasted by MIBR's aggressive utility in mid. They've got no presence on Banana at the moment. FSM doesn't even have a smoke on B, and he's still alone, playing from Coffin.
Yeah, they're saying, you know what, you've got this, don't worry. To be fair, I would probably trust him with this kind of a job at the moment. He's playing really well, so it might present a bit of an obstacle. Yeah, some pretend grenades here going in towards the quad side.
Yeah, see the flashbangs are the indicator. They know forZe are going to move into Banana with flashbangs, so that gives them some warning. But I think KiNK announcing the AWP as well, he could have been anywhere on Banana in that timing, but just firing a shot on Arch is important information for forZe, who look to execute onto the B bomber site now. VSM's just been standing here the whole time alone. A little blind, some tagging onto the bomb carrier. And indeed, KiNK is also here. Good luck planting it on coffins. There is an elevated plant, which you can go for. Gives you some cover with the wall. So retake territory for MIBR. Jerry trying to make it work for his team. That really gives them an even bigger advantage, MIBR now.
First bomb in 9 rounds, and they have almost nothing to defend it with. Again, that AK-47, like you said, is the only real firepower they got at the moment. And it's on Flit, face crack. He's got a Mac 10 in the corner. Flit out here on Banana. He goes down instantly. So face crack, I don't know what you're meant to do in this position. Yeah, they're just all going to come for him and run him right down. That is another win for them. MIBR going to be up to 9. I do want to point this out. There was something like 7 seconds left when they were planting the bomb at the end.
Yeah.
And it was all Mesa planting it with 15 health. So that's in itself was risky.
Yeah, and I also feel like, yeah, they've broken the statistic, but to some degree I feel like MIBR kind of allowed them to. If there's one guy defending B who with 0 utility, all he can do really is just hold coffin and let you plant the bomb.
Yeah.
So it's hard to argue that they were even challenged in that respect.
Yeah.
MIBR were like, cool, whatever, we'll just delete them afterwards.
More people in B now, James.
Yeah, a lot more people in B. 4, in fact. Looking for a very strong hold. Maybe reading that forZe will be fed up of just getting annihilated at the beginning of each round, at least in terms of utility. But no. forZe are playing extremely defensively, but importantly, forZe have held on to almost all of their utility. We can see KiNK in the apartments with the AWP. He's got a kill from this position already. So forZe have changed the pace in round number 14. But what are they going to do? That's the question.
It's really weird to see the T side being pushed this far back in early on without, even really running into anyone. Just the deep Molotovs down there, and the fact that they have been the victims of so much aggression that they are probably a little bit worried about more coming their way. That jump in the back from Leo, he's going to be falling back. I kind of wish he would stick around, because I feel like that's one of the ways in which they could, try and trick someone. Lucas here, flashed. He's going to get some damage in, but yeah, that is a pretty good signal. Leo's back there, but he's got no grenades to hold him back. If they keep going now, forZe, if they're quick and they just either push him back or get the kill, this should be a pretty good round for forZe finally.
Trying to avoid the flashbangs at the coffin position, but he can't avoid the trade frag. Numbers game swarming the B bomb site for forZe. Now, MIBR have got money for the next round regardless, so I imagine they'll likely go for this or try to just kill everybody. Don't really have much to lose in that respect, but Flip's going to deny them. But again, KiNK could just buy everything next round regardless, so he might as well die here.
Yeah.
There's no money for the T side, so if they can make it expensive, that could impact forZe's buy for the final round. And VSM could even go for a ninja because, again, forZe could probably be encouraged with leaving the bomb site. Oh, it's going to be a late one. I don't think he's going to have time for it. Noble effort, though. He won't get there, but he will maybe invite XE Power to lose something. And again, maybe not.
That's a cool attempt, though.
Yeah.
Don't see that nearly enough.
If XE Power died, they have no money for an AWP.
Yeah, that would have been really cool. And you're absolutely right. I mean, they must have known that as well. They a little bit more quick to try and exit the bomb site perhaps next time, and it could have gone horribly wrong. So nice. Finally putting it into it. That's a 9-round win streak for MIBR. Going into round number 15 here. It finally gets broken off a bit. 95. The thing is, if forZe even get the 6th round, it could be all right. Like, they could absolutely turn it around. So even though it's been a bit of a beating that they've taken here on the T side so far, definitely not over yet. And there's that grenade you talked about earlier, right? Smoke and Molotov combo. Yeah, just stopping forZe from having any vision. Look at the mollies and the palments as well. You can see forZe trying to change the pace here, but the utility has completely slowed them down. That smoke might be too deep, but it's still not favorable for forZe to have a look, as you can see there. KiNK swatting the bench position. And again, forZe just don't have an answer to this aggression from MIBR. It looked like he could have been dead there. KiNK, he was looking all over the place. Yeah. 5-3. That's off of that 1-round win. And going right in this one, they're already in trouble. Limited grenades on the CT side for the time that's left, but they do have a good enough defense on the B bomb site for the minute. And yeah, Leo's got a smoke and a Molotov, so they've got the right idea. Yeah, smoke just goes up now, and he's got the Molotov already primed. TRK is following them down. They're just so aggressive, and you could tell they're not ready for it, forZe. Their game plan coming into this definitely involved having a lot more time to set up these executes on Banana and pretty much everywhere else, and none of that has worked out. He wasn't even aiming at him, was he? Oh, I can't believe it. Flit now 1 versus 4. He's going to go down. It's 10-5 in the first half in favor of MIBR. James, that is impressive. forZe looked completely lost, had no pace whatsoever. MIBR in control of everything. We'll see if they can sort it out after the break.
KiNK is another one of these players who can be very streaky, can be very emotional, but that's how the Brazilians play Counter-Strike.
KiNK, all he needs to see is your elbow, and he takes your entire life. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I do actually think that KiNK could be the best AWP in this tournament.
Key thing is, a lot of people don't know this, as well as being a very good player, actually a pretty cool guy. You know, he'll always check on you. Have you got a drink? How's your family doing? You know, underrated guy.
Well, James, we're back into it here. Second half coming up. Second map, it's forZe versus MIBR. Scoreline currently is 10-5, favoring MIBR. And if you missed it, they did win the first map. That was on Nuke. Ended up 16-9. It's a pretty good victory at that point in time. And this second half had to better start with a bang in favor of forZe, or they are going to be just in a lot of trouble here. Dualies on Jerry, and he is all the way over in B alone. This is not so uncommon, even in non-pistol rounds, but the pistol rounds people do it as well, where they just end up having a 4-1 type setup, leaning that A side. It's a bit of a coin flip, but many pistol rounds are. And he does have a smoke to try and slow them down, so maybe I don't mind. This is one time, maybe, that I don't mind the dualies. Now, they are going to try and flash him out of that position, which is probably good news. And it looks like on the MIBR side as well, it's Glocks and armor and a one smoke and some flashbangs. So they've got a bit to work with here. But once this is a go, they should be trying to follow it through. I don't think they'll be waiting around for a very long time once they throw that smoke anyway. So we'll see. Just KNG holding over at the A apartments. There's a flash around the corner, and they're going to go straight for it, jumping up. A lot of people suddenly showing up. For a second ago, it was Jerry all alone, but now they've rotated 4 people here. This face crack, I don't think he saw that. Oh, now, I don't know how this round is going to work out. It's all gone completely mad, hasn't it?
Pistol rounds are these days more and more often.
Oh, it's on face crack, isn't it?
Oh, he's got a lot of sound cues, but maybe he's in a flanking position. The Drunky smart enough to jump there. Will they chase him inside? Yes, they will, and that means VSM is dead, but reloading around the corner. KNG creeping. Flit now has some kind of angle. I don't see a defuse kit on these players. Maybe Facecrack had one. KNG now with an off angle in the apartment. Surely that's at least 1 kill. Can see XC Power's on the way. He's got to check the angle as well. Oh, his gun's been spotted, but he will get the kill. They've got a high ground now. They've got to move quickly because, again, no defuse kit, so got to get their skates on. Leo Drunky trying to do what he can. Lucas now stuck in the corner, and surely he'll be overwhelmed. Indeed, he will. And there's plenty of time to get the defuse as well. That's a must-win round for forZe.
Incredible, especially if you just, I mean, they had the four people at A stack, and then they turned it into a B stack instead, and that turned out to be horribly wrong, and they still somehow win the round. Yeah, the fact that they checked this, I think it was VSM that was up here afterwards. The fact that they checked him was huge at the end of it. If they hadn't found him or just lost the battle, I think that retake would have been nearly impossible. But it works out, and forZe will pick up the first round on this second half here. MIBR, though, aggressive, going to go straight for the AK and the Galil. Hard to blame them.
Yeah, big opportunity for them to stop forZe in their tracks. We've seen Force Buys one before, but will this be one of them? For the most part, they've avoided the grenades on Banana.
Not Almeza, though.
Ooh.
He's definitely not avoided them.
Yeah, but MIBR, this might just be a straight run into the bomb site. These smokes might not come fast enough because they're creeping. Indeed, there's no time to respond. There are 3 players here. Make it to Almeza's being barbecued. And there's a trade from C.R.A.E. More to do, however. He's got the Galil, and there's a trade from VSM. Trade fragging really good for MIBR as they make their way onto the bomb site. A scout and an M4 to try and respond. XCPower looking to be offered something.
Yeah, but Flit's already making his way out. I don't know why Facecrack went through the smoke to fight them once his teammates had gone down. It felt like if he'd stayed, I realized, yeah, they get the bomb plant and everything else, but he could be annoying. He could snipe for a kill for the smoke. Like, there was a lot of other options. As soon as he does that, it's a 2-on-3 retake, and his teammates probably never going to get close. So I feel like maybe they're also getting just a little bit frustrated here. Some damage, trying to see if he could do some, get some rifles off of MIBR, but not even that is going to be possible at the moment here. So that's a short-lived success here.
It really is. It really is. Man, that's crazy. forZe have won both pistols as well. So the situation they're going to be in here is not good because I suppose the conversion statistics for the map when you win both pistols, maybe they've changed a bit since the update to the economy, but it's still favorable. but not on this occasion. Man, that was a great example of just how to abuse the T side. Just use the numbers.
Yes.
And trade frag. And now that doesn't leave forZe with much to do, to be honest. They are in such a bad spot now.
They are. That's a good kill nonetheless. And a headshot from the scout in middle. All right. Yeah. Got to feel bad for Almeza in that last round, right? Double naded and then he ran back into a Molotov that was being thrown at him. So just finding no safety at all. But 3 on 5 to begin the round with. This is sort of round where, you know, not just winning it, but you could actually pick up a bunch of rifles. I don't think they've, you know, had the time to throw those away just yet. So going straight for the B bomb site. Leo, he's going to find Jerry hiding in the corner. They're actually finding this bomb site just fine. And trying for the spray through. If he would have got that kill, that would have been a disaster. They're going to go for the bomb plant right away. And this retake will not necessarily be that easy, even if they have the man advantage.
2 players in ruins now for forZe. They've given themselves a great opportunity. That's a great flash, though. Leo, hold ruins for now.
Through the smoke.
Of course. Just nothing's going the way of forZe in this series. The winner of this makes it to playoffs as well, it's worth mentioning. So there's a lot on the line here. But MIBR are so aggressive, so successfully aggressive, it must be added. I don't know how many rounds I feel like forZe have been in control of, like buy versus buy. That was a tag through the smoke from XC Power, but he will not survive.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I've got to admire, though, from MIBR's point of view, that's a really, really quick call, right? They spot someone in the apartments. They know that XC Power got the first shot with the scout here down the middle. Yeah, so this one. So at that point, right here, they know there's got to be at least 2 people on, you know, on that A side. If they just guess that maybe there's a third on Arch or something like that, they sort of know much about the math that would have happened on the B bomb side. But it's the fact that they get through the smoke and just sneak in that first kill as a complete surprise. No one even knows that Leo Drunky's there. Absolutely amazing entries from him. And it's suddenly 12-6. And all they have is that 1 M4 on Flit. It's not a lot to work with.
Oh boy. Almeza is not having a great time on Blana, is he?
No.
Ooh, okay.
We'll make it out at the very least. But yeah, they're in so much trouble. This is the best I've seen out of MIBR and Inferno for forever, James.
Yeah, they just look strong and dominant. They're just in control.
Yes.
Like forZe on the T side were playing like a reactionary game, I feel like. MIBR brought the game plan to this, and so far it's been very successful.
Well, the kind of style that forZe brings on the T side is one where I feel like everyone kind of knows that that's how they play. This hanging out on banana for a really long time style. The people know, but the people have always had a hard time countering, and it seems like MIBR just cracked that code. So I expect forZe will maybe have to almost, maybe not completely reinvent the game plan for their T Inferno, but they'll certainly have to assume that some people will be looking at this demo and saying, well, the Brazilians certainly found out what actually works really well. That's a bit of a problem here. They've run into the M4, but also Lucas manages to sneak on through and nearly gets an angle for the follow-up. He's got to be a bit careful here because there is still a guy in CT spawn waiting for him.
20 seconds to plant this bomb. forZe now able to use time to their advantage if they can keep the players alive. Oh, Flit's still alive with that M4. He's got help there as well, but they won't have an angle to stop this bomb plant. 10 seconds on the clock, and at this point, do they want to go through library? Well, I think it's a tough spot for them. Could have saved 2 rifles. Looks like it will only be 1.
Yeah, absolutely rough, isn't it? Jerry trying to make his escape. It will be a 13th round here for MIBR. I don't know how much. I mean, the road back into this game, it just seems like they had their moment winning that pistol, and they needed to follow that up with another 3 rounds and to sort of try and get back into it. I don't know if they're going to get a chance like that. C.R.A.E currently is 17-9. Only slightly outdone at this point in time by Leo Drunky at 19-10. Although I will say, I mean, Leo's kills here, the entries he's had have been really, really cool to watch. So, wow. I don't know how you turn this around at this point in time.
Yeah, this is... I don't see much promise in this series from forZe thus far. But especially Inferno. My God. Well, they've got to buy. Let's see what they're able to do with it. It's been all MIBR on Inferno, dominating in CT side, continuing to do so with the force bite in the second round of the second half. We have a timeout from MIBR as they discuss perhaps what to expect or what pace to play, because forZe have been at their mercy in that respect. Looks like they're calling out a strat.
I mean, all you need at this point, right, is one good strategy here or one good entry somewhere on this upcoming round, and you're pretty much home safe. forZe would have to go on a massive winning streak to even begin to have the discussion about any kind of a comeback. So I don't know. They have some grenades, certainly. They do have that AWP on exit power, but as you can tell, he's 12 and 13. It's not that he's been he's been hitting some pretty good shots with it, but he hasn't taken over the game, and that is kind of what they need right now.
See FaZe is trying to deny any fast play from MIBR, but it'll come. Can he avoid the chain flashes? Everybody's going to eat them. Can't make his way into the smoke at the very least, so he will be deleted. Now we've got Almeza rotating towards Library. He's got 3 players coming his way. Does he hold the off angle? They're lining up for him, but it's an instant trade from C.R.A.E. That's the bomb spotted as well. A huge fight on the A bomb site. It's absolute chaos and carnage. Jerry trading from Library now, but there are still more players. There's always more players. Jerry versus 3, and I think this one's over as well. It's quite simple. Just abuse the numbers, overwhelm.
It looked like they actually... It looked like they were so ready to set up for when that Molotov was getting put out in the middle by a smoke. It's almost like that's what they wanted. As soon as it goes down, they say, great, flash our way through and just explode right on. And it was a FAMAS he was... I mean, never mind that he was flashed, but yeah, it's also the FAMAS that he was fighting like 4 people with. It looked... I think the only chance they had forced this round was when they lined up towards Library and nearly got so that both sprayed down. That probably would have won the round there, but I think C.R.A.E. actually took him down through his own teammate to win that fight. So 14-6 going to be the scoreline here. And this is really devastating. Not at all what I was expecting. I really thought it was going to be a third map for this one. It's not looking very likely at the moment.
Brute force is how I would describe this half from MIBR so far. From the lack of bomb plants we saw from forZe, it's all bomb plants and saving in this second half. Polar opposite, you might say. That trade was very important. Just utter brutality from MIBR. It's just chaos. It's anarchy. How do you even call that if you're forZe? Just got players flying through everywhere. You can't see anything. You kill one, there's 2 more to kill you straight back.
Yeah, that's a definite problem, right? When you don't even have like a very good read on what's going on. It's like they're just everywhere. And I sort of died flashed with my back turned anyway, so what am I supposed to really say? That's a nice bit of revenge there. FaZe C.R.A.E. going to be taking out C.R.A.E. and they get that AK hand. Still want to put on a little bit of pressure behind it, although XC Power needed some information on what's happening in the middle, and that's a problem because now alone on the bomb site, Flitz holding with the Deagle. They're not quite going to go for him yet. In fact, they're waiting here. This could be genius. If they just wait 10 seconds longer and go for the B-bomb site, yeah, they're putting Leo in here as well, and actually looks like MIBR might have changed their minds. They're fighting very efficiently, though. Actually, that gap in the smoke. Oh, the flash is there! Was that a friendly flashbang? I guess it doesn't matter, because Leo will still stay alive, leaving FaZe C.R.A.E. at a 1 versus 2 now, as he does get a couple of kills, but with 55 seconds, he picks up the AK, and they're right on top of him. So another mad round.
It's absolutely bananas.
I don't know what's happening anymore.
It's difficult because it's strong for this series. I don't know how much we can take away from this in terms of like future games of Inferno and so on, because it's just sheer brute force and chaos. But it certainly in this series, it has been very, very successful. And indeed, MIBR will qualify for playoffs with this brute force should they win 1 more round here in normal time, which looks very likely as forZe have only even come close really to winning the pistol. How on earth do we even slow them down, MIBR? You've got to figure out which way they want to go first. Even with mollies and smokes, they'll still force the issue with very fast timing. XP Power is looking down mid at present though, but KNG's up close with the AWP. Spotted a second player. He can hold angles as his teammates swarm into the B bomb site if that's what they want to do, and it looks like it might be.
Yeah, great confirmation, just getting that. Jerry playing a little bit in front of the smoke, maybe hoping to see if he could change the outcome here, but just spraying as they come through. Everyone is here though for forZe, so I mean, at least they got that going on for them. Nice boost after the fact to take down Lucas. So 4 on 3. Oh, that grenade though, how does it do that much damage? That
is a lot. Still a man advantage for forZe, but they've got zero utility now. After that one flashbang, that's been enough though to take KNG away from the angle and out of the round. 2 versus 4. Leo Trunky in the smoke, they're blocking each other, but who's going to realize first? Does he go to 180? Surely not! 1v2, the taps here, he's got a few bullets left, he's around the corner, no he's not! Oh my days, these rounds are absolutely crazy. forZe win the round in the worst fashion possible, i.e. only one player is alive. There will be shortcomings, but they're alive for now.
What a round. I can't believe that he went for that spray through the smoke, then turns around and taps him at the coffins. That's so hard to do. Unbelievable. This is really cool. But this is the part. He's just back there, instantly click, click, click. That's, you know, just immediately recovering his senses and just goes for it. 15-7. If he would have made the corner, they would just win the round.
Oh man, I love all the energy. I don't even remember these players being like this when they were on, you know, they had the cameo appearances on the old MIBR squad. So I really wonder what the culture was like in comparison, because they got so much energy just across the board in this lineup.
It's real good to see. Jerry running through the Molotov. Almeza getting a grenade again over at Banana. Are they going to check it though? It doesn't seem like anyone is thinking about it right now. TRK's got really no vision this way. Oh, but he still wins that fight. Just as the smoke clears, he thinks about that for a second. So maybe the best start here to the 23rd round. They're really far back on A right now, sort of shuffling back and forth. They want exit power over there alone with the AWP. It's not an unreasonable position, but they have got no grenades. forZe, I mean, that's going to become evident for MIBR. If they wait another 20 seconds and they say, no one's thrown any smokes in 20 seconds, so they probably don't have that many. And they're going to set up for it. This B-bomb that's worked for them so many times. Shadow showing there. And exit power, I don't even know how you dream of surviving this. They don't have any flashbangs, but it doesn't even matter. He gets baited into re-peeking against KNG, and they're just going to fight straight up. No smoke or anything to allow you to spray through. Yeah, aggression all across the board. Bomb is planted, and VSM, is he going to go for it? No, it's going to be KNG instead. They're just playing with him. 16-7, James. MIBR on 2 maps taking down forZe, to a lot of people's surprise.
And qualifying for the playoffs, no less.
Yes.
That is a monstrosity of a game from forZe's point of view. They just got blown up. They got absolutely blown up.
Yeah, I really wasn't. I thought for sure it was going to be that 3rd map on train, but that just wasn't going to be the case at all. Really impressive performance, and I look forward to seeing what the analysts will say about this one. I think a lot of people got caught off guard, and that will be coming up after the break.